What's good, y'all? You dub back at it again here in 2019. This is a video I've been looking to do for a while. I'm just finally getting around and doing it. You see the title. This is my top 10 favorite pro wrestlers of all time. Now, this list was hard. This was a very difficult list. There are some people who are like, and then I'm like, but this one here. Woo, this is so much fun to make. Woo! It's funny because over the years, some people have stuck with me since I was a kid. I've loved them. There's a lot of legends that I've come to respect over time. Some people I view now as legends. Some people I respect because when you're older and you understand the game, I am the game, I am the game. When you understand the game better, unlike a lot of people are just casuals or they're hardcores and they're biased with certain types of things. A lot of people don't understand the art of pro wrestling. They really don't. And some of these people are better in the ring than others. Some of these people, all these people for the most part, all of them, I think they're good on the mic. Some people don't understand characters and for faces, baby faces, and heels and switch, as I could call a switch. But I'll explain why all of these are my favorite pro wrestlers, both male and females. Yes, there are females on this list, most definitely, because some of these ladies be doing their damn things. Without further ado, we getting this thing started with number 10. Rowdy Ronda Rousey. Now let me tell you something, man. I was actually glad, and I think she's not exactly the star, but she's a big reason as to why I call this the Attitude Era 2.0, and I do need to do a video on that. Why this is the best era of any pro wrestling history, at least here in the United States. Now, here's the thing about Ronda. No, followed a career, decent amount with the UFC and whatnot. And I have my perspectives. I still need to do a video on her as a fighter. Let me tell you this. First of all, she was not terrible in the ring. She's easily one of the best in the ring performers, bar none. She brings different flavor with her judoka. She also does that nice, striking thing. I've locked with a character from day one. I've called her the female, really the Lady Stone Cold for the longest time. People be thinking Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is more like HBK, the Heartbreak Kid, but that's a whole other discussion. I've loved her on the mic. A lot of people say she trash, but she's not. She's great to a character. She's passionate about what she brings to the table. She's had great matches. All right. She's easily one of the best female just in the ring performers in history. Easily. And she gives you the vibe that she can actually throw hands, which she actually can't. But she gives you that vibe. On the mic, she brings it night in and night out. A lot of these other ladies just be just talking. Just sound like mouthpiece, blah, 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 blah. She brings it to the table. You actually be feeling her. Some people be hating on her. I think a lot of people wanted her to fail. But what I get from her character is she doesn't give a damn. She's that kind of character. She comes in, says what she's about, and she want to throw these hands. She's got a bit of cockiness, which don't mind. She's a female male. She's an Attitude Era kind of wrestler. And I rocks with that heavily. She's a ruthless aggression type wrestler. I rock with that heavily. I held off for a while, right? But by the time few months to a year, I could not hold off any longer. I rocked heavily with this character. I rocked heavily with her. And as far as in characters, and I need to do other videos on pro wrestling, she brought authenticity to the table that I thought was very much lacking. I can't think of a bad match that she's been in either. There's probably more I could go into on an individual video, but without further ado, number 9, the goddess, Alexa Bliss, who I affectionately call the ultimate heel. I love me some Alexa Bliss on the mic. I think she's hilarious with her and Ronda Rousey, her and Nia Jax, the different feuds. I think she's hilarious. She be mad talking, she be selling it, she be making you want to hate her character. She be playing the villain role so well, and I love it. I love what she brings to the table. I give her a pass with some of the in-ring because she's 125, 135 at that. No, she not even that because Ronda Rousey was fighting when it was like 135. Like Alexa Bliss is so petite and tiny. I feel for her. I feel like she gets snapped. So it comes across as real. She plays up that pretty girl who, you know, would get, would. I remember her that whole bullying thing, which resonated very well with me. By the way, I thought that storyline was beautiful with her and Nia Jax. But that pretty girl, like she knows how to play her roles. It's like with the Miz, they know how to play the rules. And Alexa Bliss, she's just so much fun. She is so much fun as a pro wrestler. Like she's just a natural born heel, and that's just a beautiful thing. Coming in at number 8, my favorite female wrestler of all time, without question. Lita, I've been a fan of Lita since I was a kid. Her acrobatic, hardcore edge, her with the Hardy Boys, she just was cool and it, and just like she was the tough girl type. And she looked like she could scrap. Lita, to me, is the best. I don't care if people say Trish Stratus, you can say whoever they want to. Charlotte Flair is up in contention, but to me, Lita was the best. And she can hit on the mic a little bit. And she wasn't terrible. Her and Trish stuck out to me back in the day. But Lita to me is the greatest female pro wrestler of all time. Period. Period. It's debatable, but to me, she had everything that it takes for a pro wrestler, and there you go. Love Lita, like I said, love Lita since I was a kid. Coming in at number 7, Y2J himself, the Ayatollah of rock and roller, Chris Jericho. What is there to say about Chris Jericho? This man's done it all. He's been a face, he's been a heel, he's been a switch. He can do pretty much anything in pro wrestling. Acrobatic, on the mic, in ring, just he puts on stellar shows. This man stayed stellar. The walls of Jericho. Break the walls down. Every time this man came out, it was pure fire. Come on, bro. Y'all know this kind of man had to be on the list. Coming in at number 6, the legend, the one at which the streak. There's 2 streaks in pro wrestling history. It is Goldberg's over 100 streak, and is this man's WrestleMania streak, which will never be touched. The Undertaker. Taker. Undertaker. The imposing dead man. The phenomenal one. No disrespect to AJ Styles, but the truly phenomenal one. The man who will bury you. Just the daunting presence, the move sets, the mic skills, the in-ring presence. I mean, come on, what was there not to love about the legend? The American badass. Say no more. Coming in the top 5, I've loved this version of the character. Now, Mick Foley's a legend in all regards. Right? Cactus Jack, do love, but the kind that I love that fit the era, Mankind, hardcore wrestling at its finest. Mr. Sacco, just the insanity embodied. The mask, the office shirt, the tie, the pant. It was so 90s and it was so beautiful. Mankind, he's what I loved about pro wrestling. It was the show, the stage, the larger than life. Undertaker, Chris Jericho, really all of these are larger than life characters. But Mankind was the first for me that was like, okay, pro wrestling is more than just in the inner ring. There's a lot of great inner rings. And yeah, there's a lot of on the mic. But here we're talking about characters. Okay? Mankind to me embodied what it meant to be a character. You could say Mick Foley was that way of all his characters, but Mankind specifically, it was as if I was watching really an anti-hero that you see, like I grew up with comic book superheroes, and Mankind was an anti-hero in a different way than Stone Cold Steve Austin, but it was an anti-hero. He had the match, he had the costume in a whole different way from Rey Mysterio. Because Rey Mysterio was the luchador, we get that. But Mankind was just this enigmatic entity. Anytime Mankind came on, you know he was about to be in for a treat that you ain't ever seen before. Love Mankind as a character. But moving on to number 4, Matt Hardy. Hardy Boys, well, we'll say this, are my favorite and the greatest tag team in WWF, WWE history. They may not have the most titles, they were the best. Matt Hardy. Now, Jeff, charismatic enigma. Don't get me wrong, great one. But as a kid, I loved Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy is a pro wrestler's pro wrestler. What can't Matt Hardy do? Bray Wyatt, with the whole woke thing, he saved Bray Wyatt's career. Matt Hardy, bro, this man brings it night in and night out. He's so much fun. He's so relatable. He's just the everyman in a good way. Ain't screwed up like Daniel Bryan. Matt Hardy, and Matt Hardy seems like a guy who will do something crazy. Kind of like Mankind. I think I like the edge that these guys brought to the table. Coming in at we'll tie that number 2 because I flip flop between 2 and 3 between these two gentlemen. Starting off with The Rock, and then of course Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin, at some Vince McMahon stats. The Rock. What is there to say about the great, the Brahma Bull, the People's Champion? Oh my gosh, the Rock. The Rock, the most electrifying man in all sports and entertainment. The Rock. I mean, you see how he became blockbuster on the movie screen. There's a reason as to why that is. His charisma. If you smell, can you smell what The Rock is cooking? You jabroni. See, it just the quotable nature. It's just he was walking, oozing charisma. His in the ring was great. Hey, this man did matches. Again, a larger than life character. I could spend 20 minutes talking about The Rock. And the same thing with Austin. Stone Cold, bro. First of all, that glass shatters. Both of these theme songs with most of these people are just excellent, by the way. But the glass shatters. Dun, dun, and you just get the Texas rattlesnake. Austin was that dude. He embodied the 90s. Just the way he dressed, the attitude that he brought to the table. Austin 316. And Austin 316 says, I'm gonna whoop ya. I whipped your ass. Just what? What? The lasting impact. What? What? Oh my goodness. Like Austin, these guys were just so larger than life. They were superheroes. These guys. I mean, the WrestleMania where the road to WrestleMania that led to them going at it, which is glorious. You had arguably the two greatest at the same time in the same era. Like, bro, come on. What, what all can I say? Y'all know who these men are. And the number one, probably the main reason I got into pro wrestling at the time, it's the Monday Night Wars with WWF and WCW. Of course, WCW had Goldberg and they had Hulk Hogan and all that. But was that man, the Raven, Sting? Now I didn't see Sting in his early days with the colorful painted faces and all that. I saw Sting after the Raven. He would be the lower stuff. He embodied the 90s, the darker, the edge. Like he was like Batman, bro. He was like Batman. He was the enforcer. He was Batman meets the Punisher Frank Castle. And he wasn't half bad on the mic himself. Wow. This man, the vow of silence. He come in with the back, take whole squads by himself, bro. This man was too much, bro. Too much. And he looked the part. This man here. If y'all never seen Sting wrestle, you need to go back and watch Sting wrestle. Sting, man. Larger than life. He will forever be my favorite. Forever be my favorite. I don't think there is anybody who can take his place. Like, he's a legend of legends, man. Sting, bro. He brought everything I want in a pro wrestling. That's my list. What is y'all? Unexpected winner, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts. And I really want to hear what y'all have to say about your favorite pro wrestlers of all time. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace.